In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 NBA games happening on December 19, 2024, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 6 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 NBA games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start, if you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Chicago Bulls versus Boston Celtics. The Chicago Bulls are set to face off against the Boston Celtics on Thursday night in what promises to be an exciting matchup. Chicago comes into the game with a record of 12-15 straight up, 13-13 against the spread, and 16-11 for the over-under. In their most recent outing, the Bulls narrowly edged out the Toronto Raptors with a 122-121 victory. Meanwhile, Boston boasts an impressive 21-5 straight-up record, though they are 10-16 against the spread and 12-13 over-under. The Celtics secured a commanding 112-98 win against the Washington Wizards in their last game. These teams met earlier on November 29th when Boston triumphed in a high-scoring affair, 138-129. Over their last 10 meetings, Boston has a solid 8-2 straight-up record against Chicago, though they've struggled against the spread at 4-6. The Bulls are hopeful to have Nikola Vucevic available despite his recent illness. However, they continue to monitor the statuses of Dalen Terry and Zach LaVine, who remain questionable for the matchup. On the other side, the Celtics could be without key contributors Al Horford and Kristaps Porzingis. Although Boston has the firepower to dominate the Bulls, their recent performance against the spread has been lackluster. The Celtics are just 6-11 against the spread over their last 17 games as double-digit favorites and have failed to cover the spread in 7 of their last 10 outings. Despite being a strong team overall, their season against the spread record stands at 10-16, largely due to inflated betting lines they have struggled to justify. Meanwhile, the Bulls have been quietly performing well, securing back-to-back wins and earning 8 of their 12 victories on the road. Boston has been winning games decisively this season, but Chicago has demonstrated resilience in tightly contested matchups. The Bulls are losing by an average margin of just 3 points per game, showing their ability to stay competitive. Their emphasis on ball movement could create opportunities against a Celtics defense that has been inconsistent in disrupting passing lanes. Furthermore, Chicago ranks second only to Boston in 3-pointers made per game, and their proficiency in finishing possessions could help them remain within striking distance. While the Bulls haven't been at their peak recently, their narrow victory over the Raptors on Monday should give them confidence heading into this game. Considering the sizable spread in favor of Boston, the Chicago Bulls to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. From a stylistic perspective, the Bulls rank 3rd in pace of play, while the Celtics operate at a more moderate tempo, placing them around the league average. However, Boston is likely to adapt to Chicago's up-tempo style in this matchup. Both teams have consistently demonstrated the ability to perform at a high offensive level. The Bulls have shown vulnerability in defending the painted area, which could provide the Celtics with plenty of high-percentage scoring opportunities. Boston currently ranks 2nd in the league in 2-point shooting efficiency, a strength they are poised to exploit. Additionally, both teams excel in transition play and shooting from beyond the arc, making this a potentially high-scoring affair. With their ability to capitalize on fast breaks and long-range shooting, both teams should push the pace and surpass the projected point total. For these reasons, over the projected total is our full game total pick. Brooklyn Nets versus Toronto Raptors. The NBA makes its much-anticipated return on Thursday night following the crowning of a new NBA Cup champion in Las Vegas. The Brooklyn Nets will journey northward to face the Toronto Raptors in a matchup featuring 2 Eastern Conference teams struggling to find their footing. The Nets come into this game on a downward spiral, having lost 3 consecutive games and 4 out of their last 5 contests. Similarly, the Raptors have endured a challenging stretch, suffering 5 straight losses amidst a season hampered by injuries. For this game, the Nets will continue to be without key players Zaire Williams and Bojan Bogdanovic, while the Raptors remain shorthanded with Bruce Brown, Emmanuel Quickley, and Scottie Barnes sidelined. Interestingly, Toronto's scoring output has increased slightly in the last 2 games without Barnes, but their rebounding has taken a hit. Typically ranked 5th in the league for total rebounds per game, the Raptors have dropped to 12th without their star. However, given that Brooklyn ranks as the league's worst team in rebounding, the Raptors' deficiencies on the glass may not pose a significant issue in this matchup. Offensively, the Nets excel from beyond the arc, ranking 5th in the league in three-pointers made per game and 4th in three-point shooting percentage. Toronto counters this strength with a solid perimeter defense, ranked 10th in the NBA. Although the Raptors have dropped 5 straight games, 4 of those were closely contested, with only one, a loss to Oklahoma City, being a blowout. In contrast, 3 of the Nets' last 4 losses have been by double-digit margins. This will be the first of 4 meetings between these 2 Eastern Conference rivals this season. Last year, Brooklyn claimed the season series 3-1 straight up and split against the spread at 2-2. Both teams are entrenched in losing streaks, but they seem to be in different stages of their struggles. Toronto nearly snapped their skid in their most recent outing, falling by just 1 point, suggesting they are on the verge of breaking through. Promising performances from Grady Dick and R.J. Barrett are helping to form a reliable scoring duo, which could become a significant factor for the Raptors. On the other hand, Brooklyn comes into this game reeling from a blowout loss and must now regroup on the road. Their recent performances suggest a team far from turning the corner, compounded by injuries that continue to disrupt their rotation. The Raptors boast an impressive 10-3-1 against the spread record at home this season and are 2-1 against the spread in their last 3 meetings against Brooklyn. Brooklyn has lost 6 of its last 7 games, and the outlook remains bleak as the team appears to be shifting focus toward the future, moving on from players who have been instrumental in their past successes. Conversely, while the Raptors haven't enjoyed much success either, they remain competitive, boasting an 18-8-1 against the spread record this season. Toronto's relentless effort, even in the face of persistent injuries, suggests that they might have been a playoff contender under better circumstances. Given their recent struggles, the Nets are coming into this game in poor form, and their decision to part ways with Dennis Schroeder, who is performing well, further undermines their prospects. Despite their own challenges, the Toronto Raptors to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Defensively, the Nets have been dismal, allowing 118 or more points in each of their last 4 losses. They rank a woeful 27th in defensive efficiency, last in field goal defense, and 27th in three-point defense. On the other side, the Raptors have allowed 113 or more points in each of their last 5 losses and rank 25th in scoring defense and 21st in defensive efficiency. Given the defensive vulnerabilities on both sides, this game is likely to feature a high-scoring, back-and-forth affair. As a result, over the projected total is our full game total pick. Atlanta Hawks versus San Antonio Spurs. The Atlanta Hawks, currently holding a 14-13 record and sitting in 7th place in the Eastern Conference, are preparing to square off against the San Antonio Spurs, who are 13-13 and ranked 11th in the Western Conference standings. This matchup is scheduled to take place on December 19th at the Frost Bank Center. The Hawks are coming off a recent road loss, falling 110-102 to the Milwaukee Bucks on Sunday. Meanwhile, the Spurs are reeling from a 106-92 home defeat at the hands of the Minnesota Timberwolves on Monday. This marks the first of 2 meetings between these teams, with the second game slated for February. For this game, the Hawks will be without Cody Zeller, who remains absent due to personal reasons. On the other side, the Spurs will have to make do without key players Tre Jones, Keldon Johnson, and Zach Collins. Despite recent setbacks, the Hawks have shown resilience, securing outright wins in 4 of their last 5 games as underdogs and refining their strategies during the in-season tournament. Over the past 8 games, Atlanta has achieved the NBA's 6th best defensive rating. Conversely, the Spurs have struggled, going 2-4 straight up in their last 6 games and failing to cover the spread in all 6. Additionally, San Antonio has not managed to cover in their last 5 home games and ranks 28th in defensive rating over their previous 8 contests. The Spurs have secured 9 of their 13 victories at home this season, which explains their slight edge as favorites in this matchup. However, their inconsistent performances make them a challenging team to rely on for consistent success. On the other hand, the Hawks have been quietly performing at a high level, winning 7 of their last 9 games, many of which were against legitimate playoff contenders. While it remains uncertain how long this strong run will last, Atlanta's recent form makes them a promising choice in this game. So the Atlanta Hawks to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. Offensively, both teams have been performing slightly above expectations in recent matchups. The Hawks have averaged 115 points per game across their last 5 outings, while the Spurs have posted an average of 110 points over their previous 3 contests. Throughout the season, both teams have played at a fast pace, with Atlanta ranking 3rd in the NBA with a pace of 104.36, and San Antonio coming in at 16th with a 99.37 pace. Considering these trends, over the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.